Yeah, yeah, it's raw, just
Who
like
am
it.
I?
Yeah, who are
My
you?
name?
I mean, whatever you wanna say.
Whatever I wanna say?
Yeah, I mean, it's all that matters is you say intro the pocket pod. I got a new person at the
Intro
begin
what?
intro the pocket pod.
Intro the pocket pod. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
Who
important
am
part right
I?
there.
Whatever I gotta say, think of what to say. It has to be captivating. Trey is the king. Intro the pocket pod.
Okay, yeah, people have done jingles before. People have done jingles before.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, are
On
you ready?
three.
Alright.
One,
1,
two.
2, 3, action, alright.
Hello, I'm Nigel.
I didn't ask who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Nigel.
What's one thing you like to say? Oh, you got the stage, you're on the platform.
Trey is the king. Just kidding. Every day is an opportunity to be better than the person you were yesterday.
Ain't that the truth?
Intro the pocket pod.
Hank, yo. Man said, why you mic'd up right now? Why you mic'd up right now? For the pocket pod. The pod that's in your pocket. The pocket pod. Uh, finished class. Did the lab. Let's do the quick recap. Woke up, chia. Brushed my teeth, made some breakfast. I always include brushing my teeth in my day. Like I feel like brushing your teeth is a victory in itself, no? The choice of brushing your teeth, the decision, like I chose to. Like I technically didn't need to, but I did. Like so I keep it in mind. You ask me what I do today, what I did. I say I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth with pride. You gotta give yourself all of the victories. You, you're the only one who could give yourself grace. So I give myself grace like it's candy. Yo, the cop just saw me. That cop just saw me. I nodded at him. He nodded at me. I'm like, why was he eyeballing me? I'm like, oh, I'm wearing my Toronto outfit. I'm wearing my Toronto. He knows. He knows. But yeah, you gotta give yourself grace like it's candy, brother, man. So even the simplest things, I'm proud of myself for. It's so easy to let the negative thoughts, the dark thoughts consume you, swallow you whole. Oh, I'm not good enough. I didn't do enough. I didn't reach. I could have tried harder. I could have did better. You could have. You're right. You could have done anything. When you go into could, it goes into the imagination. And when you go into the imagination, it's endless, it's boundless. So if you go negatively, if you're going into the imagination negatively, oh, that's awful. You have an infinite amount of things. You have an infinite amount of things you can castrate yourself for, crucify yourself, and say you fell short. You have an infinite amount. That is what. Ooh, lecture, but that is what the imagination is. So I try to restrict my imagination to the positive. Because if I'm gonna go all in any direction as far as I want, I'm gonna go positively. Fuck it. I'm gonna go positively. Fuck literally, like fuck it. I'm gonna go positively. I might as well. So with that in mind, I give myself grace and I say I could have went into this imagination that's endless, this boundless imagination to crucify myself, but instead, I look at the reality. I look at the tangible steps, the steps that I took to move forward just one step. Each day, 1%, brick by brick, layer by layer, step by step. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game, and that's all I know. That's all I know. So I give myself grace. I give myself breathing room. That's what I do. It's what I. You good? No, but what's up?
Yeah, I can't.
No way! Let me look at my car. Oh,
They are. Oh, shit, they.
oh my. Okay, but he's parked illegally.
Okay.
He's parked because he's not in a parking spot. He's not in a parking spot. He didn't even give me a ticket. If you park correctly, he did it. But damn, they actually gave tickets today.
Yeah, they
That's
gave.
surprising.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, but yeah, you could pay on your phone.
Scared to
Yeah,
that.
if you scan a QR code.
Okay.
But to tell you the truth, if they gave tickets now, they're not gonna give them for like another hour. How long are you gonna be?
Maybe 1 hour. Let's. I don't want to take the risk.
Yeah, yeah. I never take the
Yeah.
risk. Yeah, in downtown I never take the risk, but here I take the risk like a damn. I haven't seen them give tickets in a long time.
Yeah, they have to pay too much for the everyone, I think.
But yeah.
Okay, thank you,
There.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Have a good one, eh, boss? Thank you. Did you give me a ticket? You gave me a ticket. Never mind. Why you playing with me like this? Why you doing this to me? I'm not paying this. I have to pay this? 10 a.m. But yeah, as I was saying, so I give myself grace. I give myself grace any in any field, in any sector, anytime I can. It's all I can do.
Number feels fine, cause big bump the jiggy the Motown spot. Don't you bring the royal crown right. Don't do something
So,
on me.
well, yeah, so I try. I try to the best of my ability. I try to the best of my ability. So when I try to the best of my ability, when I try, that means I gotta give myself grace, no? When I try to the best of my ability, when I try, when I reach, I have to congratulate myself on that attempt, no? And even when it's not an attempt and it surpasses an attempt, because go back to the brushing of teeth, just beyond an attempt, it was a success. It was written, cemented in history. Today I did. Today I did. It's not maybe, it's not, oh, I could have. I could have brushed my teeth again, but you know what? I brushed my teeth. Like when you go into the I could have brushed my teeth 5 times back to back in a row. You see how you could say anything? It could go in any direction. It could. That's what it is. It's the imagination. But I stick to the reality. I stick to the reality, and the reality is I did. So I give myself grace. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge what I've done, what I do, what I tried to do, who I tried to become, the steps that I tried to take, and the steps that I do make. So, I mean, I give myself grace. I give myself grace. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do, but I try. It's the attempt, and I even give myself grace with the grace. I'm proud of myself for even attempting to give myself grace, to not let the negative thoughts, the possibility of failure, what is what I do, what I do. I try. And when you try, you gotta congratulate yourself on that attempt, no? No one told you to try. No one told me to reach. I reached on my own accord. It's what I do, it's all I know. And if you go and you look at the alternative, there's no alternative. The only alternative there is, it's not. It's not. And I don't even consider that an option. Because to not do something, you don't congratulate yourself on not doing something by default. Like to stay the same, to have no change, to be stagnant. when you're already going down a path, when you're going down the road, you're driving, you're going down the road, and it says on the GPS say, oh, you gotta go down the road because you're going all the way to America, and it say you gotta travel for another 125 kilometers. 125 kilometers. When I pass 25 kilometers, oh, okay, all right. So now there's only 100 left, right? You're following? I don't congratulate myself on that 100 and say, okay, I'm done now. I don't that 25, that 125, that 25 is a prerequisite to the bigger goal, the dream of America, the dream, the destination that you want to reach. So I congratulate myself, I give myself grace on that journey. On the 25, I say, yeah, okay. I still have more work to do, but I have made it 25 kilometers further than if I were to not even get in the car. The first step is to get in the car. It's the dream, it's the thought, it's the thought of going to America, the thought of the trip. So when I have this thought of the trip, I have this thought of the trip, and I mosey myself, and I mosey myself on down. I mosey myself on down. But if I had the thought of going to America, right? And they say 125 kilometer, and then I don't even get in the car. I just go about my day. I just like, oh, it was a thought. It could have happened. Yeah, it could have, but it didn't. It didn't. So I talk about going back. I talk about the alternative. That, oh, I congratulate myself because the alternative is nothing. There's nothing to congratulate yourself on with. Oh, I had the thought to be better. I thought it's the reach. It's the tangible. What you have brought into this reality is what you give yourself grace for. I told you it's a thought that counts. A thought counts, but it's the reality that matters. So I bring those thoughts to reality. What my goal is in this life, what my purpose, what I desire, what I crave most, what I reach for. I reach for this reality, but what I truly reach for is the dreams that I have to bring them into this world, to bring my dreams, my thoughts, the concepts that only resided in my head, that were nowhere to be seen in this realm. When what I want to do is I want to bring those thoughts, the imaginary, into reality. The imaginary into reality. So I dream. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I love to dream. I know no other way. It's all I know. And you know what? And you know what my dreams have led me to? I made breakfast and then I preemptively thought about leaving myself food for when I come back. It was the thought. It started with the thought of breakfast. Then it turned into the motion of breakfast. I put the thought into reality. Well, I started making tangible steps to get that breakfast. So I turned on the air fryer. I'm preheating the air fryer. I'm making the chia, and as I'm making the chia, I'm waiting for the air fryer. And then as the air fryer, ding 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 ding, put the food in. Put the food in. I put the food in. Now I'm another step closer, another tangible step closer. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. You gotta give yourself grace like it's candy, but know the tangible steps that you take in order to better yourself, in order to reach. Every day is opportunity. I'm a I'm an opportunist. I've never identified I've never identified myself like that until today. I don't even know how many times I've said opportunist in this life, but I am. I am. It's a beautiful thing. Magnificent. The dream of more. I love to dream. So I go back and I brushed my teeth. and I had my chia, and I made my breakfast, and I went to the gym, and I went to class, and I went to my lab, and I went to my theory, and even though the theory was killing me, and then I went to the gym, and took my opportunity, my chances. I saw Tobias. I saw some familiar faces. I got some intros recorded. I reached. When your object in motion remains in motion, unless acted upon by an external force. So what I'm saying is to get the motion, get the ball rolling, to start. Starting is hard. You're at a dead standstill. The most energy, the most energy you use, the most energy you burn, it's when it's when huh but yeah, it's when you start, because then after you start, what do you have? You have momentum, centrifugal force. You have all these factors that can aid you, and that's life. Starting is difficult. Starting takes the most amount of effort. But once you get it going, an object that you keep that fire. You keep that fire going. You do the ball in motion. You know why it's so easy? Because you're already doing it. It's something that you've already done. It's not something that you've yet to do. When you think about it, it's a concept. It's the imagination. And as we've said, the imagination is endless in any direction. So you have, it's imagination. You have this imagination that's endless in any direction. So when you haven't started yet, it's just a thought. It's a concept. It's a dream. But once you've done it, oh, okay, I've done this before. There's nothing to be afraid of. And even if I did it poorly the first time, I still did it. You got to give yourself grace like it's candy. Even a failure is a success. Each failure is one step closer to success. I love to fail. I've started to become infatuated with my failures, because once you fail and you fail and you fail, at some point you keep growing. No, you get stronger. You get more resistant, more resilient. You reach. You yearn. You a failure. A failure. Each step, each failure you have is closer to success. And at some point, it was 25 failures and then the success. Then it became 20, then 15, then became a 10, a fiver. 5 failures until a success, and then it became more successes than failures. But you have to get to a point. You have to train, condition. It doesn't come like that. It's not instant. The man you see before you today, it was not built in a day. It was not built in a day. It takes failure. That failure builds you. Each failure you take, I said it's a step closer, but what you got to understand, every time you fail, look at that failure as a mistake you'll never do again. You go ahead and you put on the wheel backwards. You put on the wheel inside out. You were skateboarding, but instead of popping, you just fell. You didn't do anything. There was no pop. There was no shove. There was no kick. There was no flip. You just fall. You just fell. Now you know what you don't want to do. Now you know what you'll try to avoid. Each failure, you could write it down in a book. If you write down each one of you, every time you fail, every single time you fail, and you put it in a book, and this is my book of, this is what I do not do. This is what I do not do. This is the bad. These are the things I've done and it does not work. And you write that, and each time you fail, you write it in that book. This is hypothetical. This is your mental book. The mental mind. And you write it down in this book eventually it stacks and it stacks and it stacks and it stacks. And let's give it and let's add some whimsy to it. Let's say you're an infinite being. Let's say you're immortal. Eventually it gets to a point where there's no mistakes that you can make anymore. There's no failures, right? So if you apply that to your life and you understand that your life is limited, that means each failure you do, you learn from. Each failure you draw from. A failure, I don't even, I'm tired, but I don't even consider a failure a failure. I consider a failure a success, but in different letters. Just underline. It's a success, but lowercase. It's a success, but it's not in caps. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? It's what I know. It's all I know. The attempt, the reach, the failure. I got infatuated with the failure because at some point when you start to fail less and less and less and less, and when you failed so much, when from the start your life was told that your life in itself was deemed to be a failure. You fail and you fail and you fail and you fail, but at some point, at some point, it starts to become succeed and succeed and succeed, and that's what people see. They see the success. They don't see the failure. So you got to make sure you get to the point. That's the name of the episode. Imaginary v reality. Look, it's the attempt. It's that reach. It's that failure. That failure. Oh, I adore failure. Maybe that's the name of the episode. I adore failure. I adore losing because each loss tells me I'm not the best that I could be. Each loss tells me that there are further limits I could obtain. Each loss tells me that, that I can do more, I can be more, I can try more. I love that failure. I started to get infatuated with the failure. I adore failure. And is that wrong of me? Is that so wrong? I shouldn't like failure as much as I do. When when I don't get the answer right, when I fail, when I fall short, when I say, "Oh, I can't do this," that's when I start to smile. That's when I grin. That is when I'm in the driver's seat. Because if everything's automatic, if I've lived 5 lives and I've done all of these things in these 5 lives before, I don't. At some point, it becomes autopilot. You have 5 lifetimes of these events, and so it becomes at some point it becomes it becomes automatic. Also, I just want to say I remember I was skateboarding. This was all the way in 2024 when I started skateboarding, and then I felt good. I felt nice. I was moving. I said, "Ooh, I'm flowing. It feels like flow." And I said, "Ooh," and then I started to use it. And I actively said to myself, I said, "I'm going to use the term flow more often." That's a part of the vocab. The vocab. That's a part of the my expressions now. That's a part of the expressions now. And then what happened? It tell you have. Then it became then the flow became widely popular, widespread in like 2025. In 2025, became widespread. Everyone talking about flow state. I'm in flow. I'm in flow. Everyone talking about 20, and then it carried up. I started it. I was the first one to flow. I was the first one to flow. It's raining heavily. I shouldn't. I should cut this mic away. Make sure I don't submerge it. Mhm. Sentimental love, baby. I'm back. I need to use the washroom. Oh, oh. I thank the Lord for another day, another opportunity, another chance. The universe ever so forthcoming and righteous. Hello, the Pocket Pod. I'm eating wings and watching more Windbreaker. What inspired me currently at this moment was the boss of the rival faction. He he's curious. He's curious onto why the main guy leader. Oh, why did you become the boss, the head? If you have so much fun just with your friends, you didn't need to become the boss. You didn't need to seek more power. I He said it right here. He started. And he gives him a little I love kebab and he said,
Because I love food and throwing little
"Eh,
parties with one.
I love food after love throwing little parties with my friends." What he's saying, he said, I can make sure everyone stays safe and the fun never has to end, does it? I went through all the options. Becoming the top of fluorine was the only option. There was nothing to it. It wasn't that I wanted the top spot. There were things that I wanted to do once I got up there. If I could have come up with another way, I would have. I would have gone down that route, but I'm glad I did it because I now sit here and I get to eat food with you guys. Look what he's saying there. What he's saying. He didn't care for the title. He didn't care for the fame, the glory. What he cared for, it was the dream, it was the passion, it was the friendship. He loves his friends, adores, and he said, okay, I'm happy. But it gets to a point where now I'm happy and I'm happy and I've been happy for a while, but what else is there to life? I'll spread some joy. I adore my friends. I adore my circle, my clique, my people, the race, the human race. We all go through trials and tribulations. So what what he's saying is he didn't want the top spot. He didn't aim for the head honcho. He didn't aim for it out of let's let's see if I can find a just word. A just word, but it wasn't he didn't do so half-heartedly. He didn't aim for that spot, for the title, for the glory, for the razzle dazzle. It was his heart. It was his heart that led him. Your success, the positions, who you are, what you practice in private is who you are in public. So even though you just like to eat food and relax and enjoy it, you end up transcending. And if that's what you do, then you do it the best. You do it everywhere. And sweet chili.
All of ours. And it was up to me to make them come true. And that's why I'm linked to whatever it is. No matter what I face, or how silly it seems, or how irrational it is, I won't lose because I can't lose.
I got one hand on a drum and the other on a flat. And then now I'm just mixing I'm rubbing the wings together. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of sweet chili, just
You've got the world on your shoulders.
Oh,
Your fists have no power.
you said you got the world on your shoulders. Don't say that. His fists are heavy.
It's no wonder my fists felt so light.
It's no wonder my fist felt so light.
I didn't stand a chance.
I didn't stand a chance because he wasn't fighting for anything. His fists, they were empty. They were full of rage and envy,
Really?
full of misguided hearts. But no matter how misled you are, a true heart that shines.
Thank you. Next time we'll get it fresh.
Mm-mm-mm.
See you soon. Till then. Yeah, see ya. Here they go. Hey, Kermit. I know this isn't a quick fix. And I know it'll take more than an apology to make things right again. Yeah. That said, I have no idea what my next step is. How can I possibly
That's why he knew he would never lose.
One thing I'm sure of
Mm.
is that I need you guys. So I'm in the same boat. The crimes I've committed aren't going to disappear. We've got a long journey ahead. Where to start? No stop. Well, it's clear we need to fix this. Let's figure it out. Together this time. Stop lying. Even though it's smushed, it's the same tasty red. The flavor is crazy. We've got to try these things fresh. Man, is it raining again? Feels like it. It's just strange. The sun is already out, shining bright as ever.
The man that was lost. The man that was lost but found himself, and in finding himself, he's found the one who found him before he could find himself. You know, for someone else to find you before you find yourself, when you lost yourself, but he found you, but you've yet to find yourself. He rings a bell and it beckons, ring, 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 ring. He waits for you. He waits for you to find yourself.
Told you to leave it to us. It's all over. It's over. Thank you guys so much. We're home. I was expecting blood and guts. Guts! We missed you so much.
You boys can't do anything halfway. Everyone okay?
Just got a few baby guts.
How do you still look so put together?
Do I? I'm not the type to sweat.
On the other hand, you look like death. Welcome back. Know why? 'Cause you're alone.
How was it?
Horny bitch. Sorry.
Helped push me.
I was alone. Yo, the friendship shit is all cool and all, but I'll tell you, I gotta get it done every time.
After year one? If you want to party, killer, I want to have a talk with you. I thought getting to the top was a solo journey. That the strongest guy clawed his way up the chain. But apparently, I was wrong. So, how'd it go? Your big talk with Togame? Dude, we didn't have a conversation. There weren't any voices coming from my fists. That's how you took it? An awful literal interpretation. I think his dreams of talking hands are rather adorable. I can't say that's where my mind would go. Why are you laughing? Want to die? Oops, my bad. I should have given you a better explanation. I like your spunk, kid, but no talking hands, no telepathy or anything either. Not even I can hear voices when I'm in the ring. They certain things.
Or maybe 15 wings deep. What's going on?
Primitive communication. So it does a good job.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 wings deep.
So sorry, Kotoha. They had a conversation. By the time you were finished, you were as good as friends.
Huh?
You grew to like him. That's why you were so good to pounce on Tomiyama. That act of defense made it perfectly clear. You had a good chat.
Even if that's true, I don't get why it's such a big deal to you.
Mm.
Why do we have to celebrate some fight?
Well, that's easy. 'Cause it made me happy.
Huh?
When I first heard there was a new kid coming to town, I was curious. There are some freaky fish in the pond, and I wondered what we would catch. After watching you these past few days, one thing is clear. You're a good person. Someone like you decided to come to our town. Of course I'm happy about it.
Oh.
Anniversary.
Uh-huh.
Sounds more like a welcome party to me. Oh, Lord, you sharp. That is a better ring.
How? How can you possibly be so quick to accept me? To let me in? Everyone else has been the same way. The guys at school, too. I'm here because I want the top spot. I came here to take it from you. I've never let in a stranger. Though, to be fair, I've never been able to let anyone in. That's why I got as strong as I could on my own. I thought if I came here, if I made it to the top, I could accept myself for who I am. I know that you need the support of others to get there. And because I'll never let
I'll
anyone get that
never
close,
let anyone get that close. I won't reach the top
I won't
spot.
reach the top. It may not be some huge compliment, but you told me that I wasn't lame. But at least, I don't think you're that lame. In that moment, you saw me for who I was. Not to be dramatic, but it kind of made my day.
Yo.
Ask me, you're... well, that's weird. I started strong, but totally lost my train of thought. It's fine. You got your point across.
That's fine. You got your
If you want a fight to be a convo, there are steps.
Steps like what?
First, when you confront someone, you have to want to know them. You did a good job of that. You could converse with Togame. I'm not saying you should let anyone and everyone get close. But if you want allies, you'll have to drop the tough guy act and face them in earnest. You just proved you're capable of that. And it looks to me like you're willing to let people in.
You haven't completely given up on others. You don't have to. Look up and face us. Once you do,
If you can accept others,
well,
you can do anything. You can even make it all the way to the top. Yeah?
Hey! You realize if I reach the top, I would only be there because I knocked you off, right?
Oof, guess so. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
bitch.
Sapsugisha, body ray.
He's been holding this in the whole time.
so who we not?
Okay. Wings. Wings to end up my night. W. I'm healthy now. It's what that chia do. It's what that chia do.
Okay, and I know you want an Oscar and everything, but we need to be asking the real questions. Cause like if Michael be Jordan, who gonna be Michael?